I don't know how long this song goes on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody tonight? Woo! Oh my God, this is so exciting. I love to do stand-up, but more than anything, I just love a good group therapy session, especially when it goes over 9 weeks. So thank you all for coming out tonight. I did start Hilarapy in 2019, actually, and yeah, it just seems like I've been around longer, I know. So Lizzie and I just celebrated our 4-year anniversary. Oh, no, I mean, sorry. Again, I've just belonged with Hilarapy for 4 years. I had a little bit of a stalking problem when I first started with Hilarapy and I first met Lizzie, Allan, and why wouldn't you? We met at a women's show, a Women's Day conference in 2019 where she was giving this wonderful speech, and she walked on stage with her boyish good looks and her short hair, and I immediately knew that she was a vegetarian. Now, I was a meat eater, but I really suddenly wanted to experiment with a nice vegetarian nut loaf. She proceeded to talk about her story. She was Jesus Christ. I wanted to be her disciple. And she was talking about this Hilarapy course, back in the day was called Addictive Comedy. And, I thought that it was for alcoholics in recovery to tell their story. So while she was talking, I was like, okay, so I'm not an alcoholic, but how long would it take me to develop a drinking problem, then go into recovery, and then be able to talk about it and be funny? And I realized the timeline wouldn't match up with the next course, so I thought instead, you know what, I'm just going to be a mature adult woman, and I'm just going to go up after the show and introduce myself to Lizzie and ask her if perhaps I could be part of the show, so part of the therapy process. So after the show, I found her. She was sitting there with her lovely partner, Elaine, and I went up to her and introduced myself as any professional heterosexual woman would do. Now, I'm not a lesbian, but I find you very attractive. To which she said, well, I am a lesbian and I find you very attractive. Well, that's what I heard anyway. What I think she said was, Elaine, where is the security? So I did the course. I said, I'm not an alcoholic. And I'm not in recovery. And she said, well, do you have any past trauma in your life? And so I'm thinking, well, alcoholic home, check. I was bullied through school, check. I was forced to eat Brussels sprouts as a child, check. Yeah, I think I can do it. And sure enough, I was in. So I was so excited. She said, go and look us up on the website. So I went home. I looked her up on the website. I found her website, the Addictive Comedy website, her Facebook page, her Instagram, the Addictive Comedy Facebook page. And then I didn't leave my computer for 7 months. So flash forward, and I really think this is where my stalking hit an all-time low, or high, depending on who you are. A high for me, and perhaps a low for Lizzie, because I was at the Pride Parade in 2019, and Addictive Comedy was at the Pride Parade. Well, Lizzie and Ellen, or Elaine, sorry, the Chungs, I still get them mixed up. They were at the Pride Parade, and Lizzie had said that she was wearing on Facebook a pair of cutoff jeans and a rainbow top, and that's all I needed. Now, if you've ever been to a Pride Parade, there aren't too many people in jean cutoffs and rainbow tops, but But I was more like this on my phone. I would get on my phone. I didn't care that there was a parade going by and dancers, and it didn't really matter to me because all I wanted to see, and they had some sort of sign, I think gay is good. I was kind of looking for that particular sign. Have you ever seen the signs at the Pride Parade? So, I'm on the sidelines, I'm on the beach drive there, about 4 or 5 people deep, and I'm looking, and I see that they're going to be walking in the parade, and I don't know what they're in front of or behind, but I am looking, and I'm like, okay, is that Lizzie? No. Is that Lizzie? Okay, maybe look for Elaine. Who? And then all of a sudden I see them, and, they've kind of walked by me. And I yell, Lizzie! Allan! My husband is like, are you fucking kidding me? So did the 3 guys that were in front of me, and I'm like, I didn't care. Lizzie! Allan! And she's walking, and she's holding her sign, and I say to my husband, I'm going after her. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, you try to stop me. And it was like slow motion. She's in front of this band, they're blowing the bubbles, and I'm running through the crowd. Lizzie! Allan! And I don't have anything else planned. Like, what am I going to say to her? But I'm thinking, oh, she's going to recognize me. I know she is. So I get down and I'm running. And by this time, I can see her I'm sure she's hearing me because I'm still yelling, trying to beat the music of the traveling boat show behind me. And Lizzie, and finally she turns around. She's walking backwards now in the parade. And I go up and I'm like, hi! And dead face. She has no clue who I am. Remember me? I'm Siobhan. I was the person who said I was a lesbian, but I wasn't. And we met at the women's show, and I wanted to be an addictive comedy. I'm in the show, I'm in your course. Oh, good. Great. We'll see you in September then. Love my British accent. And so that was it. So 4 years later, and, here I am. And, I'm really quite over it now. I've taken her off of her pedestal. We're really friends now, so, I've kind of put it to rest. And, yeah, we actually perform together as equals now. I find now that I do quite a bit of performing for Hilarapy, I have to go into my Rolodex of shame to find other things to talk about. So I am a loud talker. You may not notice this with the mic, except that you probably are noticing. They always say, does Siobhan really need a mic to do stand-up? And yes, I do, or I'd be yelling, but really, see, I don't. But, I don't hear my voice in my head. And, I came into this, I have to do a dress rehearsal with the mic because I either sound like a jockey doing horse racing, or I'm talking like a sex trade operator. And I think it goes back to auditioning for a play. I don't know, I haven't timed my set, so, I'm probably way over by now. So just play some, Oscar music when I'm done. I just have a few more things to say. Should take about another 10 minutes. Hold on. So I think it goes back to when I auditioned for a play in grade 8. And this was Young Dracula's Castle was the name of the play, and I wanted the lead in the play. And so we had to audition, and we could either sing Happy Birthday to You or Michael, Row Your Boat Ashore. And you go up and everybody's around, and the music teacher starts on the piano. Okay, you're going to sing Michael, Row Your Boat Ashore? Oh, is that the music? You want me off already? Who is that? Who is that? We didn't announce that, did we? Turn off your phone. So she's starting with, okay, it's in the key of D. I'm like, okay, sure. Michael, row your... No, she stops singing. No, the key of D, honey. And so I'm like, D, Michael, row your boat. She's like, no, I don't think you're going to get a singing part in this. But I did get a part in the play, and it was a part of Frau Wiener Schnitzel. And, I was the businesswoman who wanted to change Dracula's castle into a pickle factory. Yeah, the comedic roles came very, very early in my life. And one more shameful topic that I want to talk about, but menopausal women in the room, anyone? Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm proud of myself because I am actually post-menopausal now. I went through the hot flashes and the night sweats and the nipple discharges. Oh, was that just me? Oh, okay. And I'm always a hero because I've gone through it. Oh my God, you're so great. You made it through the night sweats. How did you do it? Oh my God, those hot flashes. How did you do it? And I'm like, I just stuck my foot out of the bed, or hot flashes. I just went into the freezer at work. And then I say, but what about that pee in your pants? Hey, isn't that a game changer? See? Yeah, right. Yeah, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're not going to talk about that, are we? We're not going to talk about that. That's a normal fact of life, my friends. There are women who are suffering, and probably men too, with that little incontinent problem. And when it started happening to me, I had to perfect a couple of walks, because if I was sitting down and it happened and I had to pee really bad, I kind of was here, and then I had to get myself to the bathroom, but I knew if I stood up, it would be instant release. So I really hope nobody could notice when I was walking like this to the bathroom, holding it all in with my thighs pressed close together. But luckily there are lots of options for us women out there. I take a walk down the aisle in Shoppers Drug Mart, the PPPE aisle, the personal protective pee equipment. And there's a lot of pads out there. So I came home with a box of poise pads, ready to put them on, and I peel off the pad, and right away I go into post-traumatic pad syndrome because I'm taken back to my early days of my period in the 70s. Now, I don't know if there's people in their 70s. I think I'm way over time. It feels like, okay, I'm going to wrap it up now, but I just want to say those pads back in the 70s, no wrapping. They're just raw in the box. So I have more, so come back to the next class of Hilarapy when I'll be doing more. I'll tell you more about the pads. Anyway, that's my time. Bye-bye.